function. That's this page that you're looking at right here. And what I'm going to do is pick one, go videotape it, and then just make a small collage on this one video of the different oiling points. But if you take a look at the different numbers with the list up above, these are the areas that the Army manual has to lubricate this machine. I did take a still photo. I'll put it at the beginning and the end, or one of the two. That way you can pause the video and print it out if you want to. Maybe take a screenshot. For the ways, you have an upper and a lower here, and then of course if you crank it out, I have this one locked right now, but if you crank this out, you can get to the back side back here. Now this machine came with two pieces of metal to keep grit from getting down inside. I like the Bridgeport, what they did. So this piece of material here is a plastic mat for your house. It's a runner, Home Depot, Lowe's, again. I have magnets holding it in place for now. I don't want to drill any holes. And then down there are a couple more magnets. As you can see, the magnets hold material, but at the same time, it's better than nothing. And it does protect the ways, as you can see underneath, as well as the slot down there. Now that slot, again, is good for the knee. There's two gears inside there that you lubricate with grease. So crank this out, reach in there, and get some good grease on those gears. And then one more thing that I will start, that I'll show over here, actually two. You have an oil sump here. You fill this cup with oil, you just unscrew the lid. That's pretty self-explanatory. I actually made a little hook to hold it in place for you. But when you do fill this, what they want you to do is on the opposite side, let's walk to the opposite side of the machine here. There is a vent hole, which is what that screw is right there. That's to vent air for the lubricant. So when you fill the cup up, it'll allow oil to come in here. And then the air will come out, of course. And then you just screw the put the screw back in and put the cap back on the other side when you're done. Now, there's two fittings for lubricating. There's one here. This is the vertical part of the head, I'm sorry. There's one here. You put your oil can in there, press in, squirt some oil in there. And you do the same thing here. I'm going to presume, and I'm probably wrong, that one actually does the outside of your spindle and then the inside of your spindle. But I also like to take and put oil down there as well. This is the drawbar for your collets. Sorry about the shakiness. I can't help it, I shake. So that's something you'll have to live with in my videos when I'm doing these handheld videos. Next, two more items, and actually there's really not that much to lubricating this machine. Let me get this table out of the way here. Also, when you lubricate the ways on the cross table, you're going to have to do it from the ends. I have not found an oiling point on the ways themselves. You're going to have to get underneath or on the table itself. Okay, if you look up here at the top, this is the actual top of your back gears. This is where you actually add oil. There's a metal plate that goes from this side to this side with a screw in each side. Put the oil in. On my mill, the oil level plug, you pull the plug to check it. Shine a flashlight in there. It'll watch for oil to come out. It's on the left hand. It's on the right hand side of the machine as you're looking at it from the head. Right now I'm on that side. There's the head. I'm set up for painting that little bulb I was telling you about, the lubricating bulb. Right there for the spindle. But if you come down here, right there, there's a square plug. That plug is where you pull that plug, and you watch for the oil to start flowing out, and then it's full. You add the oil. You can either remove the plate, or there's a small shiny pen cover that actually goes right in the hole itself. You can put oil in through this hole as well. But just look through, or look at that hole to watch for the oil to come out. Now there's one more plug I want to show you. It's an actual drain plug. I found it by accident today and drained all of the oil out of my machine. Live and learn. But if you're going to go underneath, this is the motor for the horizontal mill. Those are the change, that's the belt. And if you look right up there, there's a red plug. Now that red plug, I just painted it red. I'm painting all my oil fittings. But that plug, if you pull it, will drain all of the oil. And I'm glad I did. It was a dark brown when I drained it. So I wanted to get that correction into this video. I published one earlier. And those are all of the lubricating points. You got the vertical mill head, the horizontal spindle, the oil in the back for the back gears themselves. There's also on the back side of the horizontal spindle, there's the grease fitting. Some of that grease will make its way into your gearbox. There's the plug in the back. You have to oil the ways. The shaft for the knee, just put some oil on that and wipe it back off again. And then there is the gear inside the knee that you lubricate from the top. That's all there is to lubricating this machine. So now I'm going to put some more 90 weight oil, gear oil, in my back gears. So you guys enjoy this video and let me know if this helped or not. Thanks. I look forward to seeing your videos as well. This is the only other oil fitting. So you got the grease here. You put oil up here. I'm using 90 weight gearbox oil for a car. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm saying that's what I'm using. Other oiling points, remember, you've got your vent hole here for the cup on the other side. You've got for your oil can here. I'm using a 30 weight motor oil. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm saying that's what I'm doing. Your ways, you're going to have to do from the ends here and underneath here. And then remember the spot in between here is for greasing with axle grease. The knee, that bolt right there, you do that by hand. I like to use motor oil on that as well. Here's the cup for adding oil. That's for your spindle on the inside here. Another one here for your oil can. And then one more thing that I did not mention, and I should have. You have another set of ways for your knee. And just like in the front, there's an upper one, there's a lower one, and then there's a spot for the gib. You need to, what I do is I put oil on my finger and I make sure that the ways have oil on all three surfaces, on both sides, top to bottom. And what I do is I crank the knee up to get below and then crank the knee down to get the upper portion. That is it. That is lubricating this machine.